How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new. Today we have a 2016 Nissan Titan with the 5-liter Cummins diesel in it, and we're going to be doing DPF delete on it. Just forewarning, deletes are illegal in a lot of places, so unless you're doing it for an off-road vehicle like this truck, it's a farm truck and it's going to be used on the farm after this, don't do it. So this is more for if you want to build like a show truck or a drag truck, something like that. But I just want to really stress to you guys, don't be deleting your trucks if you plan on driving them on public roadways, just because it's very frowned upon these days. In some places it's illegal and can warrant some pretty good fines. But with that said, let's get into this truck, and this is the first time I'm doing one of these, so bear with me, but hopefully I can give you guys a good idea on what you're getting into if you're choosing to do this on your own truck. And if you find the video useful, please give it a thumbs up. That just helps the channel tremendously, and a subscribe would be awesome. If you got questions, feel free to ask in the comments, or you can shoot me a message on Instagram at darkirondiesel. I try to reply to everyone, but sometimes it does take me a day or two to get back to you. But yeah, let's get at her. So first thing, let's talk about tuning. I'm using an EasyLink auto agent to tune this truck. You need to buy this EasyLink Nissan Titan unlock cable as well, and I was a little confused with how it worked. So basically, your auto agent should have came with a Cummins cable. So you're gonna grab your auto agent, grab your Cummins cable, plug it in right here, and then your Cummins cable, you'll plug in your EasyLink unlock or your Titan unlock cable to it. So you're gonna need one of those EasyLink auto agents to tune the truck, and then you're gonna have to find a company to actually link to that will support a delete tune if you are doing delete tunes. So you'll have to find that out for yourself, or find somebody to do that for you. Or you can do emissions and tack tuning if you just wanna try to boost your horsepower and you're gonna leave your emission system in place. You can find someone to do that for you as well. All right, so I got the auto agent plugged in, OBD under the dash, and then this unlock cable kind of goes over to the passenger side of the truck. And if you look down here, there's a plug there. It had a little cap on it here. Took that cap off and plugged it in there. So yeah, and then I just have the wire, it just runs back into the cab there. So that's what we need to do to tune it. So we're gonna tune it. And once we're done tuning it, we can unhook all that stuff and we can actually get underneath and see what we have to do to remove the exhaust. And speaking of exhaust, this guy's getting a Flow Pro 4-inch exhaust with muffler. Part number is 878, just in case you guys are wondering. But I know if you live in the States, I don't think Flow Pro ships to the States anymore, so might have to source your own exhaust. And then just before I tune, I always like to get a battery charger hooked up just on 10 amp, something small like that, just because you never want the batteries to go dead while you're tuning the truck. All right, so we're hooked up to the EasyLink. So you're gonna go to settings, you're gonna go to vehicle, ECU profiles, and then look, there's single tunes or emission compliant tunes. We're going to single tunes. I'm just gonna pick a 25 horsepower tune, gonna download it, and then once it's downloaded, then we're just gonna flash it onto the truck. All right, it's downloaded, install. It will update the following modules, ECM. Oh look, it even tells us right there about the EasyLink unlock cable needs to be plugged in. Hit next. Yeah, it wants us to plug in. That's all done. That's all done too. And that's all done. Cool. Now it's just gonna program it. Then just follow the instructions. If it asks you to shut it off, now wants it back on. Continue. And now it will start to program the truck. All right, it says ignition off, press continue. It took about 10 minutes or so to tune this truck. Yeah, it says completed successfully. Let's go. You can unplug all this crap and we can get her out of the way. One thing I like to do after I tune a truck is just make sure it actually starts. And got no engine lights, nothing like that. So this is started, it's running good. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go underneath and we're going to unplug the DPF basically and that DEF system, and then we're going to come back up here and we're going to make sure it starts again and we have no engine lights on, and that's going to tell us that the tune worked and everything's successful, and then I'll physically actually remove the exhaust. At the end of the video, we're probably going to unplug the EGR system, and if these have a throttle valve, I'll unplug that as well. That's just a good thing to do when you delete a truck. But yeah, we're going to go underneath and see what we got to do. Okay, so going under the truck, excuse my squeaky creeper here. So this is a downpipe back exhaust that we're putting on. So here's your downpipe. There's a 3-bolt flange right here. So we're going to take the nuts off, 1, 2, 3, and then everything from here back is gonna get removed from the truck, and we'll put the new exhaust on. So then there's a bunch of wires like this, and they go to modules that kind of look like this. And what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to pry these yellow tabs up, unplug them, and any other sensors on the truck, you're gonna want to unplug them. Looks like we got a def line here and another def power wire there. Moving to the back, more wires here. And it looks like, if you can see that, we're probably gonna have to unbolt this module from here and then unplug the yellow tab, so that yellow connector will stay with the truck, and then this module will come down with the exhaust. So basically, you're gonna have to go along the whole exhaust and unplug everything from the truck, so that everything can drop down with the exhaust. Once I have the exhaust out, we can go over a little bit more detail what I all had to do. It's just kind of hard showing you underneath the truck here. Okay, I think I got it all disconnected. So starting at the back, there's a module that was up there. I took the two 10mm bolts out and unplugged that connector. And then there's the exact same thing right here, another connector. And like I said, you just pull these yellow tabs out, then it kind of slides off. Here's that other module that was bolted up there as well. Moving this way, there was this plug here. You gotta slide that red locking tab off to the side, unplug it. I think that module can stay up there. And then on this side, there was this one, unplugged it. Then there was a bunch of little clips where this wiring was all held in place. I had to kind of get up there with side cutters and just cut all those zip ties. Unplug your def line. This one's kind of a pain in the ass. You have to use a pick to push this red lock tab up from like under there. It's kind of a pain. Once you get that lock tab up, you can take it off. And then I think there was just one more here, another module up on this side, and I unplugged that. So I think this is all good to go. We can actually physically remove the exhaust now. These are sometimes a pain in the butt to take off. This customer's not taking this exhaust with him, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it there with the Sawzall, and then I'll just slide this whole back chunk out, and then here will be easy. We'll just take those 3 nuts off, and then we'll get this out. I always spray these rubber hangers down with like WD-40 or some kind of lubricant, and then you can use a pry bar and you can just wiggle them out and pop them out of the hangers. And then that front piece is just another 3-bolt flange with 3 nuts at the front at the downpipe there. So this should be fairly easy to come out. You should be able to figure out how to actually drop this exhaust down on your own. But yeah, it's going to be coming out in 3 pieces. We'll have the tailpipe, and then this filter, I think this is the SCR, and then you have your actual DPF filter up there. So 3 pieces like that. But like I said, I'm going to quickly fire it up and make sure we don't have any codes or anything like that. And then if that's good, then we'll actually remove that exhaust off. But before we do that, we should quickly just get a sound clip of what this thing sounds like stock, so we can compare it with the 4-inch Flow Pro exhaust after we're done. Okay, if you can see it, these exhaust pliers come in handy lots too, because you can just go like that and then your hangers out. I mean, you can do it with your hands and a pry bar and stuff, but these are a great investment. All right, so exhaust is out from the downpipe back. That is this. So there's nothing on the back tailpipe there. On this section, there's, see this one you can unbolt, this one you can unbolt, and then there's just one plug on each of those. And then you have your def injector and then your electrical for that as well on there. So that's what you have to worry about on that one. And then on this front piece, there's 3 modules as well. As you see, this one, you just unplug it. This one, you also unplug it right there. And this one, you unplug it right there. So you unplug it, and then see you had right here, 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 and here. You had to cut those just because the wiring harness was clipped in there. But yeah, it's out, and that's what I had to do to get it all out in pieces like that. So then underneath here, you still have you know, your wiring, this stuff, you're gonna wanna, you know, if you feel like it, you can tape this up with some dielectric grease, just kind of keep the moisture out of there. But we're gonna have to zip tie this all up kind of on the frame along the wiring harness up there. So you can go ahead and do that now. If you feel like it, cover these with some tape and they'll try to keep the moisture out, but you know, it still might get moisture in there. So, but yeah, do whatever you want to do. Just get these all secured and tied out of the way. All right, now the easy part. So it comes with new bolts and nuts for the front where it goes to the downpipe, and this piece with the hangers, a little muffler over the axle, and then out. So this should be fairly straightforward. If you already have it this far, this should be a piece of cake for you. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put those first two pieces in, and then I'm gonna leave the muffler off, and we're gonna see what it sounds like straight piped before we put the full exhaust on, and then we'll listen to it again at the end. All right, this is where the muffler would go, so I have the first two pieces in, but we're gonna see what it sounds like with no muffler at all. What do you think of the sound? I don't think it was actually that bad. It might sound pretty good under load cruising down the road, so. But what do you think? Let me know. All right, I went ahead and finished installing the exhaust. So there's the tailpipe. We'll go underneath quick. So you can see there, I got all these clamps on. There's the muffler all the way up here, and then tight up to this downpipe. So yeah, this exhaust is all done. Let's see what it sounds like. And there it is. So I'm gonna back it off the ramps, and then I'm gonna see, I don't even know if these things have a throttle valve, and I don't know what connectors they have on the EGR, but I'm gonna back it off, and then I'm gonna have a look under the engine and see if there's any sensors that I'd recommend unplugging under there as well. All right, I just did a little research, and it looks like we're gonna unplug two things under here. I believe this one back here is your EGR valve. So there's a connector right there. Again, with the dumb red lock tab, you'll have to kind of push it down there and then unplug this guy there. And then I think they call this a throttle valve up here. So there's another one right there, again with the red lock tab. So this plug right here, and then that one right there at the back of VGR. So we're gonna be unplugging those two. And then other than that, we should be good to go. Should be it. All right, they're both unplugged. I just kind of tied this one up here, and then this one back here, I just kind of left it there because there's not really much slack on the electrical. But yeah, guys, that is it for the video. I hope this helped you out, or it was just informative for you. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, please subscribe if you did. Again, if you got questions, feel free to ask in the comments or shoot me a message on Instagram at Dark Iron Diesel. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.